guys, I know you've missed us, and it's been too long.
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years, but we're here to tell you right now, Matt and Grant are back. All right. Woo, I love how you hit that high note there. Hey, so it has been 2 years, and there's a good reason for that, though, Matt, because we've been up to a little something, and I'm sure many of you know this already, but some of you probably don't. We left Coldwell Banker just over 2 years ago and decided to go out on our own and just the American dream, right? Just that adventurous spirit, and we opened up our own brokerage. It is a franchise, but it's, we think, the hottest and best franchise out there. It's called The Agency. We're having a great time. Matt, clue them in a little bit on The Agency.
Well, I will. So when Grant says we, that is the whole Robinson Ludwig team. We all jumped over and opened this together, and it's been so fun, just tackling new challenges, new adventures, and gaining this momentum that we've worked together to create. We're really excited. So we're now at over 20 agents here. We've recently brought on the legendary Patty Dempsey, which we couldn't be more elated about that, to help further that growth, continue to build off this momentum, and continue to build the Agency Bend into one of the premier real estate brokerages in the area, especially when we're considering the luxury space. I mean, they say luxury isn't a price point, it's an experience. But we really have kind of seen the writing on the wall with the growth that we've seen in the past 2 years in that luxury space with Westgate, Tree Farm, Tanager, Discovery West, Tethero being almost fully built out, and these home sales in the 5 million plus happening on a much more regular basis than we've seen. So we've seen tremendous growth in that, call it ultra luxury space. Now we've seen a big slowdown in just kind of overall sales. The past 2 years have been the lowest 2 years in regards to number of transactions by a long shot, really since we've seen since 2012. So, working through that and having just opened a company, it's come with its challenges. But at the same time, one thing we want to make clear is that the Robinson Ludwig Group still is alive and thriving. And a lot of people always get confused because we've had the Robinson Ludwig Group under Coldwell Banker. Now the Robinson Ludwig Group is under the Agency banner that we're owners of. So we're wearing multiple hats, but we've decided to go back to the basics this year, hence us reinstating this newsletter.
Yeah.
And hopefully starting Tuesday Tidbits, which we committed to earlier this year, but we're wearing a lot of hats, so we've been busy.
Well, we actually are wearing hats right now.
We are wearing hats.
And we're wearing Robinson Ludwig hats, and that's Robinson Ludwig hats. It's on purpose because, like you said, Robinson Ludwig is still here.
Yeah.
We're also just cheerleaders for other agents here in the Agency brand. Looking forward, Matt, we've been in, like you said, in this stalled out. Interest rates have just dampened enthusiasm for buying, and you alluded to the fact that we've had kind of our lowest 2 years on record over the last 10 or 11 years as far as total number of transactions. I think my thoughts on 2025 and beyond are that I think we might see, just a little bit of a spark kind of in towards the second and third quarter of this year. But I do think we probably have another year of relatively the same climate. I would look towards 2026 as probably kind of the breakout again of maybe just kind of what we'd call a hot bend market, in my opinion. Doesn't mean it's not a bad time to buy. It just means that, I think buyers actually have a lot kind of more time and more choice. Inventory's higher, and so there's some good reasons to think about buying right now too. It's just, I think that as far as like the world getting set on fire with real estate markets, probably still a year plus out in bend.
Yeah, and so much of it is interest rate dependent. We're recording this mid-March, and so we're already starting to see kind of that early spring inventory start to increase. I think we're going to see a pretty big, I don't want to call it a flood or rush of inventory, but a major uptick in inventory coming on the market as the weather gets nicer and we progress into spring where properties have greened up and sellers are okay getting photos.
Right.
As long as interest rates stay the same, and especially if they go up, that could put some downward pressure on pricing. I don't see a huge change in demand. I don't see recession-like drop in prices, but maybe a minor correction. So it might be a great buying opportunity this kind of late spring going into summer for people who have been on the fence and considering buying. Rates are actually at a great point right now, and
all things considered,
with the volatility in the market, we may see those come down a bit more. So it might be a small window of time that aligns with an increase in inventory, which would cause that, a continuation of this balanced market and not an extreme, upward or downward pressure on prices. So it kind of remains to be seen. It'll be really interesting to watch what happens as we go into this spring.
Yeah, and you know where to get up to the minute information and expert advice and negotiation. It's your boys here, Robinson Ludwig, and it's anybody at the agency. You guys come see us. If you're here locally, we're right down on Franklin. You can't miss us. We're across the street from Chase Bank and that beautiful Bend mural. In fact, I'm looking at it as I look out the window right now. So we're thrilled to be back in front of you guys, and we look forward to bringing you quality, valuable information and updates moving forward here through our e-newsletters.
And if you're not in town, make sure you check out our new website, theagencybend.com. You can set up property searches. You can get our contact information. Everything's there. So make sure you visit that or give us a call and reach out to us. And we'll look forward to more regular updates here at the Robinson Ludwig Group.
Signing off with rule, how about 8 of the agency rules? More of the same is never an option, you guys.
That's right.
Think about it.
Always be growing.
See ya.